that time, I think.
No, it was during the arc, and the arc was after the theory. And after the
Oh,
theory, I gave it to you.
I was probably going through something.
Well, I mean, you're always going through something.
Yeah, no, I was most likely going through some. I remember not feeling like I deserved the bloodshed at that time.
Yeah, you also said that you don't deserve the bloodshed 3 days ago.
I did?
Yeah, you say that very often.
I think I remember saying that, like,
I thought you said that today, Evan.
God didn't. No, like, I remember saying that, like, something clearly doesn't want me to do combat because it keeps removing the bloodshed from my inventory, so, like, I'll listen to it. I remember saying that.
Personally, like, I don't know, I forgot what I was gonna say. I had like a topic and like immediately forgot it. That tends to happen.
No, like, I'm at a high point again, but, like, maybe I should properly prepare for, like, that fucking swing that life will take at me, because that always tends to happen. I was at my high, and then it takes a swing at me, and then I drop even lower than before.
That tends to happen a lot.
Oh my gosh.
What is it? What is it?
No, I'm looking at the... When I opened the tier list thing, it had like... I think this must have been an old tier list. I don't know, it was someone's tier list or it was my tier list, but it has Orlaz at the very top of S. And I think that's just so cool.
Orlad's at the best? That's Dan.
Wait, this is Dan's I'm looking at right now?
No, probably not.
No, Dan hates Orlaz. He still hates his guts after, like, he took thorns as a symbol of war.
Dan does not hate Orlaz now, though.
Honestly, bro, one of the things that confuses me.
Yeah, because he died.
Was that Orlaz was so incredibly intelligent. Orlaz and Morled were so incredibly intelligent, but somehow they still managed to fail at taking over Anarchia when they were inside of the city. I will never let them. I will never let them live that down. Like Dan was dumb enough. I'm not even like I'm not gonna pull any punches here, but Dan was straight up dumb enough to let like half of Orlaz's army into the walls of Anarchia, straight down into like the middle of it. And then got ambushed immediately by Orlaz, only for Orlaz to lose.
That was such a fail.
Bro, do you understand? Do you understand the scale of which that is? This was before Anarchia went wild. Alright? This was when Anarchia was like mid.
Yeah.
And the Monster Empire was at its peak. It was going crazy.
Well, you had just attacked with the staking unit, so I wouldn't say peak.
Okay, well, I mean, I would attack them regardless. Literally 90% of the time was during like War for the Overworlds, the Monster Empire was just consistently being attacked by something.
Yeah. You.
Yeah, well. Yeah, it's me. Well, in any case, yeah, I forget. Oh yeah, right. It's just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. It's tragic.
Bro, what the fuck, bro?
What's wrong? What's happening?
What is this, man? What the? Dog, oh my god.
What was that?
I got stuck in a hole, and despite me, like... Oh, wait. The horse cart can't go by 2 block wide? Bro, that's even worse than the regular horse, man. I don't know.
Do you wanna rank the, do you wanna do the updated tier list for something, anything? There, it now has... Sorry?
Um, um, like I was literally moments away from killing Byzantine Glory again. Do you know that? I was literally millimeters away from shanking Byzantine Glory.
Like indirectly.
No, seriously, just straight up. While I was bringing her to the Imperium, I was debating whether or not I should just kill her right then and there.
Whoa.
But I decided against it, and I decided to interrogate her first. So yeah, that was better. What I also felt like killing her when she kept on falling asleep. That made me moderately angry. Imagine interrogating somebody only for them to fall asleep, bro. I was being nice. Can you imagine her if I placed her in one of the torture chambers?
What have we not
Remember-
done?
What have you?
Take over the entirety of city. At this point, I'm just not doing that. I'm just not taking over the entirety of city. I am, however, causing problems for everybody who is.
Okay. I meant like for the tier list.
Oh,
You kind of just revealed all your plans right now.
I mean those weren't really secret. I mean it's pretty clear what I've been doing in recent time.
I guess, yeah.
I can't find a savannah biome.
Evan, I thought you were in one.
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
That wasn't a savannah biome.
What have we not done for the tier list, though?
Don't know.
Bro, wait, I remember my entire thought process when I decided to give up the God of Death. I'm just remembering how kind of stupid that process is.
What was it? What were you thinking?
So I was watching a video about Saw, right?
Okay,
The
yeah.
history of Saw.
Mm-hmm.
And he got to a point where he basically explained a God complex, which is what the guy had.
Yeah.
And he believes himself to be a god, right? And he also believes himself to be their savior. How his word is what they need to take for them to save. And then I'm like, shit, that sounds a lot like me.
The God complex.
Yeah. Like I intend to save a lot of people, right?
Mm.
And I usually like and how I take those and how I do it is that I make them sort of see eye to eye. I believe in the things that I say, right?
Yeah.
Like shit, that's exactly what I do.
Oh, I see.
And then I remember posting the meaning of God complex. It was like, do I have a God complex with a thinking face emoji?
Yeah, I remember that as well.
And then I started thinking about more and more of the actions I had done and realized, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm a horrible person.
Yeah, right. I don't think there's anybody in city that's a good person. Like a truly good person. Just like in real life. I also don't think there's anybody in the city who's a truly bad person. I mean, good and bad is just like
What?
especially city. City seriously like emphasizes that fact. There's just like if you think
I think
about it.
there are bad people, but no good people. Like no truly good people.
There's no truly bad people in City, though.
I think there are truly bad.
I enjoyed Byzantine's comfort.
Yeah.
I destroyed the world and
Yeah,
put it
you know
back
what,
together again.
There's more bad people in city than good people. That's
What do you mean truly, though? Like,
there's just
100%?
people that just want to see the world burn.
And there's
Yeah,
no
that's
good
just
in them?
Josh.
Like,
They
I
just
was
murder.
immediately thinking Josh right away. The second he joined, all he was doing, plotting, robbing, taking, stealing, anything.
Wow. Wait, hold on. This reminds me of something.
Oh my gosh. What the hell? Why have
mean,
you
it's-
done this, Lucas? Why?
I mean, it's true though. It's
Is there really no truly good people in City though?
James.
James tried
No,
to
James
kill
tried to kill me.
Oh yeah, he did. That was funny. He failed miserably.
I mean, not even regular people in real life would try to like regularly try to kill people and still be good people. So like, actually, no, that's a good point. Like everyone, no matter how good they are, they've killed someone. There's no one in city that hasn't killed anyone.
Rock Dog.
it. I don't think I've killed anybody, bro.
Rock Dog hasn't even killed a mob.
I'm serious. I genuinely don't think that I have killed anybody.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely,
Yeah.
Lucas.
I can't think of anything.
Wow.
I mean, I guess. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
What the hell? Who locked this off?
I wouldn't call myself a bad person per se. I also wouldn't call myself a murderer because that's going a bit far. But yeah.
I personally like
What
believe
layer?
myself. I
Sorry.
believed myself to be a good person until I realized, oh shit, I killed a lot of people.
You know,
Yeah.
the worst thing, one of the worst things you guys have ever done in City was go to the Arcs world and then use the thing again. What was it again? The chest in the lane. What was the chest called again? Was it just the chest?
The box.
Oh, the box. So, and then the Arc managed to traverse to all other multiverses except the last 15 that remain still, um, and killed all of them.
We did that.
And there was like hundreds of multiverses. And Evan, you sat there. I won't exaggerate this. You sat there for 2 hours or 1 hour yelling at a man, one of Porter's men, a low rank, like a peasant in his army, yelling
What?
at him. You were yelling at him saying, why do you not forgive us? Why are you attacking our world? And he kept saying,
Oh right, that
you
guy.
murdered maybe like, literally not exaggerating, like 70 quintillion entities,
What was
minimum.
my argument against that again?
You said, wait, what did you say? You said, well, you still don't want to attack another person's world for doing that, you know. You don't want to attack us
Huh?
for doing that.
That's
You
not
said,
my point. That wasn't my point. Why would I make such a garbage point?
you said revenge is not good or something. That's what you said.
Revenge won't give you satisfaction because it never gave me satisfaction.
But you kept trying to emphasize that to a person who had just lost their world from the same monster that you had let hundreds of other multiverses die, or sorry, not multiverses, hundreds of other universes in the same multiverse die from. And so they wanted to basically, they're like the good guys. They're trying to stop you guys from like traveling and stuff, which would, because he
Oh
was,
no! Like this is actually news to me because I didn't know that we were at fault for opening that. I thought like the Ark could just travel there. Wait, okay, I never really thought about that actually.
no.
No, yeah, I didn't even know that we were the ones at fault for bringing him there. So,
Kinda. I basically like figured like immediately like oh man, like all of those people died because we brought the ark. But then immediately just didn't care.
Ended the world twice.
honestly,
Sorry,
we couldn't
3 times.
control it anyways.
Uh-huh.
Who would blame me for future me's actions?
Lucas,
Like,
you
honestly.
ended the world 3 times. You ended hundreds of other worlds.
Oh, does that mean I have ultimate kill count because I'm the one that went around bringing places?
Well,
Bringing people
it was so indirect that I didn't even. Wait, no, that kill count thing was that during the Orange Man arc? I can't remember, but it was very
No,
indirect.
Oh wait, maybe.
It was super indirect, so it's not very. It's not. I mean, you guys even know that happened. It was super. He was just waiting for someone to survive him.
The masked man named Michael is undoubtedly the most peaceful version of Lucas in City, bro.
How is that true? Most of your jewel jelly, you were helping the Pacificus, and the Pacificus were saving the world.
Yeah,
Right.
well, I saved people, but I also killed people. While this guy is causing immense amounts of chaos and causing huge numbers of problems, but killing minimum people.
You killed 200 Chugarichians.
200 is less than 1,000.
Wait, that would mean I'm worse than Lucas.
Why?
Not in this case, because
During the
well,
entirety of the Pacificus arc and so on forth, I'm worse than Lucas.
in terms of kills, probably yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, the argument here is that you killed people, despite you saving them.
Mm.
Despite you saving people, you still killed a lot of people, and I killed way more than I saved, bro. In fact, I'm not even gonna call it saved because that's giving me the god complex again.
Personally,
I just told them my manipulative thing and left
what
after I successfully manipulated them, and then I killed them.
I still don't think that's worse than what I've done. The worst thing that Joel has done is poison the Imperium, poison the Imperium, frame Atlas Porter, and gaslight Raymond Smite into thinking it was Atlas Porter's and he'll join our side.
And everyone
Oh.
and Evan believed that Dan did it. Josh believed that I don't know what Josh. Anyway, actually, wait. I kind of spoiled the beans. Wait, did I? Spill the beans. I don't know. But nobody thought it was you, like initially,
Initially, no, but then I started suspecting it was you.
because of the rumors.
Yeah,
What were the rumors?
Atlas
that you
Porter.
did it.
Yeah,
Just
Atlas
that
Porter
you
told
did
it.
So you'd believe Atlas Porter, this random guy that showed up out of
No,
nowhere.
no, no,
He
no. Of course
didn't. He
not.
didn't believe him.
I literally told him that I'm gonna give my trust in my own men before I give trust in you, and that I hope he understood that.
That's also a fatal mistake.
Now I don't know who to believe anymore
Not me.
because I've already lost all my trust in anyone else that isn't my own team, and now I've lost my trust in my own team. So like,
Cornet.
Well, in all fairness, I did it with a good intention.
How do you
Killing people?
kill a whole city with a good intention?
If
wait,
you,
I have an argument to my kills though.
if you can't hold on. If you can't if it's impossible to kill somebody
that.
without a good intention, then that means that it's true that every single person in city is just a bad person. That's just how it is. Anyway, what's your argument, Evan?
My argument against how I'm a horrible person because I killed people. Like literally my entire thing is that I take the best route, right? And those deaths are a small sacrifice to pay for like an even larger mortality rate.
Yeah.
It's tragic, but like what can you do? Except sometimes I can't control it and it ends up being worse.
I tried.
Actually, wait, no. What the fuck am I saying? I have the second highest kill count in the game.
Third.
Wait, who's second?
Josh.
That sounded like, you know, that one audio where it's like I'm first on your priorities, right? And then the boyfriend goes, nah, you's third. And then
Who's the second?
third? Who's first and second? And then my mom's first. My mom's is
Yeah, who's
first.
the second?
So your job comes before me?
Yeah.
Nah, you come before my career. Then who the hell comes before me? My barber. Your barber goes before me on your list of priorities. Well, you like how well, you like, well, you look. I forgot the rest of it. You like how I look, right? You like how confident I am, right? You like how happy I am, right?
Oh, that video.
I get that all from him. So your barber makes you happy and I don't?
Lucas, you're actually the most chaotic person in the existence of chaocracy. That's not even a word. You nerd pulled up to the moon.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh. No, that didn't happen.
To prank Diana that you were the orange man, and then you with the only living person who could stop all, well, actually no, that's not true, but one of the biggest assets to stopping the bandits and the coalition and the cartel, etc. You kidnapped her, the politician, and then you nerd pulled up to the moon, and then you fell off. Your nerd pull trying to get to the moon to prank Diana that you were the orange man with the Nine Tails suit. And because you were away that whole arc, you had no idea the trauma that he inflicted. And then you fell off, and then you, well, you didn't die at least, but you fell off. And you fell. You know?
I didn't fall off as hard as Michael and Dan.
Oh. Wait, no. Not Dan,
Josh,
not Dan.
Josh would say that.
Yeah, he would. Michael for sure. I don't know a bit. Like, Dan's I don't know, Dan's changed. Like, because I said this a long time ago. He is very, like, mid in the large scale of all the players in Power. But if he wanted to, he could instantly just rise really, really high up if he wanted to, Like, he has the resources with... He always allies himself with everything, and when you have everything in front of you, you could use that to your advantage. But he doesn't like to manipulate any of his allies. That's the reason why he never gets there.
Wait, then how did I get here? Because I don't manipulate people either.
I think you're independent.
That you literally said that the reason Dan wasn't, like a long time ago, the reason Dan wasn't anything big was because he was independent.
I don't think Dan is that independent.
No, I never said that. I would never say that. I always said that Dan did everything for Michael. I know I would never say that because there are lots of independent people, obviously, that do very well. Bobby even counts. Wait, this doesn't make any sense because Bobby... Wait, this doesn't make any sense anymore. Was Bobby independent? I don't know.
Give me some antibiotics, bro.
I'm so confused. Oh, sorry, I messed up your picture.
It's the funniest thing. I was actually gonna prank Diana so hard. It was gonna be such a good prank, bro.
You don't even know what he did.
I don't even know what he did, but I was just gonna go up to her wearing an orange, like an orange man suit, and it was an orange man suit, by the way. It's not just Ninetales. So it's an orange man suit because it's the suit that I stole from Orange Man's base. And then I would have thrown like I had like a flower and I anviled it and renamed it to "Send your father my regards."
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
I was gonna give it to her. And then she's gonna call Evan and be like, "Oh, the orange man is back!" And then Evan's gonna start panicking, and I'm just gonna be like, "T." Even though the orange man, I don't even know what's up with the orange man. I don't think he's there.
I would have found the real orange man and tortured him. If that was the case, to be honest.
If he found your daughter?
No, if I knew that he came back and he sent Diana something like that, I would have found the real orange man and tortured him.
Understandable, honestly.
The main trauma that the Orange Man did was he... Wait, Lucas, do you know the Orange Man's power?
Sorry?
Do you know what, like, the Orange Man's power is? Or one of them?
No.
He can
I know that
shapeshift.
Oh, okay.
So
He pretended to be Ninetales, right?
yeah, so he was shapeshifting into Evan and Josh, and he was trying to. That's what the war gif, because he was declaring war as Josh against the Perseus right after they had a treaty to fight the Orange Man. And
Oh wait,
and
this is Vanabiome. I found it.
Honestly, the Orange Man would have been such a cool villain to go up against. I wish I was home for that, bro. Like that guy is so cool.
and
Okay,
well,
I was already crazy pissed off that I lost the Reapers, and the Orange Man being so fucking annoying. I completely lost it on him, bro. I was willing to make him dig his own grave, and I was actually gonna follow through with that, and I did.
You did?
I made him. I forced him to dig his own grave if he didn't tell me like information.
you know, the best part though was the shapeshifting was working. Evan and Dan were fighting him mainly. I mean, Josh was sort of, but it was like, you know, all it was mainly Evan Dan, and during the fights, because he would shapeshift into Evan, Dan would have to stand back whenever that happened because he didn't know who to hit. It was so great. It was so funny. It was so good. It was like, which one? Which one? It was so great.
I don't know which one is the real one.
Yeah,
Tell
every
me,
time.
tell me something that only the real Evan would know.
Yeah, that actually happened a couple of times where Dan had to say, like,
Which one are you? And then I'm like, okay, I'm at the. And then like he fell down a waterfall, right? And it's like, okay, he's coming up to you. I'm.
Oh,
the real
that,
ones. The
yeah.
real ones at the bottom. The real ones at the bottom.
If he just copied, if he had like, you had like a freaking Evan voice changer, bro. Imagine that,
Just
bro.
a soundboard.
Oh, it's actually scary. So, like AI voices. If you take all the streams and then make a model of my voice, that'll be crazy.
That would be terrifying.
Meta Savannah. The only savanna biome in the city, and it's like one chunk big.
What's the most evil thing you've done in City?
Make the Orange Man dig his own grave and threaten him that
was
I'd kill him
not-
a million times,
that
like
was
infinite
not-
times.
That
You
was not
basically, you threatened a murderer who was torturing you and your allies for like, in City years, like years, versus that time in the V5 war where you killed 1,000, you tortured 5 of them, and you like peeled their skin off and burnt them.
I wasn't canon at the time though. Oh, there's a frog.
It was always canon. It was
Talking
always
about-
canon.
Talking about the
No,
legit-
but at the time you didn't know that I actually intended that, so it wasn't canon at the start.
but it was canon now.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, I'm honestly, if you think about it, I'm pretty sure I'm the most evil player in City.
You slowly
Like, in
became.
what I've done.
Yeah, it's like
I just Walter Whited, bro.
when you. Okay, when you like. When you killed Imperium, I didn't even know what to say because you had never done something like that before. Because I think you knew that Bobby would. At least you had some understanding that Bobby would literally quit after that. That it would destroy all of his hopes and dreams, everything he had done for the last 3 months. It just demolished. Like, he had so much happiness from City and excitement for those 4 months, and he was planning on expanding, and you were like his second biggest, closest ally, and he trusted you, and you used that against him. I was like, holy frick, what the frick am I watching?
It's City, bro.
That was horrifying. Horrifying.
I was planning on gaslighting him if he tried to leave. I actually tried.
That was horrifying, though. He
When he
still
left,
doesn't know.
that time when you sent that thing,
Huh?
that thing while I was out, like in the Philippines,
Yeah.
uh, about uh about Bobby saying that he's not joining back into city. I was
Eminem
like,
crashed.
this is all going to plan. This is all going
Okay.
to plan. And then like I was gonna try and gaslight him into joining back. And then like because if somebody is at like their lowest emotional state, then
Yeah.
like it would be so much easier to gaslight them and convince them of doing stuff. So like I was gonna gaslight him into joining back. But it didn't work. I actually tried though. I actually sent him like a lot of stuff.
Oh, you regretted it?
Yeah, I regretted it because like I wasn't able to gaslight him into joining back. I wanted him to join back. It's not like I wanted to leave forever.
I remember the days when what was it? Like it was like the same thing I felt when Evan you started killing things during that V5 stream. It was so outrageous. It was so like you started torturing them and you went from like never trying to kill them and hurt them to torturing them for information. I was like, what the hell is going on? Very crazy. And another, I mean, everyone's had this before. When Bobby decided artillery Trugrich, when Josh decided to fire and kill his most trusted allies, Josh and Michael. I mean, Dan Michael, Josh and Michael. It's very, and me and Anna saying that was so horrible. That was so horrible.
Personally, I think one of the most evil things that I've done in City was the Ra'ant Alliance genocide. You know the Ra'ant Alliance? I don't think they exist anymore because there's nobody living in their cities.
Arcos.
Citizens. No. I did it to all of them. Lopentog, Last Waft, Arcos. All of them, boom, gone. None of them exist anymore. Nobody exists anymore in those cities. Lost City of Arcos truly became the lost city of Arcos. Because there's nobody there
Yeah.
who lived there. There's nobody who lived there. I mean, just from that, just from the freaking, the sign, like the thing that you wrote
Uh-huh.
with where the kid is like being
Oh.
so happy about his freaking about like something. I forgot at this point. I think it had something to do with his birthday party. But he was happy,
Yeah.
and then immediately after that, his excitement was squashed because his entire family died, and he died shortly afterwards because the State Union went in and then executed every living creature in there because they were Axis.
There was like a tiny bit of justification, but that's all. Like it's like
Like,
killing a whole race, just like a whole I don't
bro, I
know,
straight up Hitler genocide. I
just
Hitler
because they
genocide.
believed in a different thing than you.
Yeah. Which, upon further reflection, was entirely out of pocket. I probably should not have done that.
Like Axis are known to take over things, but they aren't always going to take over things. So that's why that justification kind of fades away, because at this point Axis are just like they don't mean anything anymore. Like they're all ideologies, different ideologies. At one point, yeah, they were always taking over, but like I don't know.
Personally, I just like I don't really like
Those were innocent acts.
Yeah.
They had nothing to do with. Sure, they joined the war, but what were they gonna do? Nothing.
Yeah, but you don't join the war against me and expect no repercussions.
No mercy.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing because for 90%, no, basically the entirety of um of the war for the overworlds, it wasn't me declaring a war on anybody. I don't think I declared a single war on anyone. Everybody just declared war on me, and in response, I killed them.
You started War for the 3 though.
Yeah, by killing the entirety of the Senate. I don't remember why I did that.
Okay,
I think I
what's
just
the
wanted
opposite
to.
spectrum? What's the best thing?
What's the best thing that I've
Like the
done?
nicest, the greatest, good Samaritan thing.
Honestly, probably in recent time when I'm giving money to people
Josh is
that I
funny.
stole. That I
Oh wait,
stole.
yeah, Josh is like not necessarily a very. He's not known to not take over the world too, or try to cause war.
He's not known to not take over the world.
So I guess it's a good. You stole it from the best person to steal it from.
Yeah, I suppose.
You killed 200 people just to take it though.
I think the best thing I've done actually was defend the world against Zed.
Yeah,
That's the best thing I've done.
and to help with the Pacificus against Byzantine. Well,
Help with the
no,
person.
because isn't Byzantine the good guy in that
Byzantine's the good
scenario?
guy. Well, no, we weren't even trying to kill Byzantine,
Oh,
if I remember properly. If we wanted to kill Byzantine, we would have just went in there and killed Byzantine.
I was just like to defeat her.
No, it's not defeat her either. We wanted to like implement the whole. My Apple Pen fell.
Uh-oh.
We wanted to implement that whole thing about that we said the Pacificus were gonna do about like knowing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we were trying to get everything set up, and Byzantine thought we were evil, and then tried to kill us. I don't think we actually like purposely went and tried and kill Byzantine at all. And now look, I'm here trying to save her, Goofy.
How things change.
Do you understand how inconvenient it is to try and save freaking Byzantine, bro? A freaking dumbass villager that's just sitting around trying to just hang all over the place, bro. Like it was so annoying. It was so annoying. Bro, it was one of the most terrifying experiences in my life. Because I didn't want her to die, first of all. But sometimes I'll hear BAM! Just slowly approaching me. And I hear dirt walking noises, the sound of stone breaking. And I'm like, that sound is getting closer.
Yeah.
And Prison Team, you are going towards that sound. Dude, Prison Team was so wacky. She was so wacky. I don't think she wanted particularly to be like in my possession, which I completely understand. But I don't. Come on. Come on. Am I that bad that like she'd rather that than die?
Wait, I know what we haven't done. Lore.
Lore? In terms of lore?
For the tier list.
I think we should do that for just NPCs.
We could do that for the players too.
For the players as
I
well?
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like lore can also count as arcs too.
Alright, King Eric. I sent the updated version. If you guys want to do it.
What's King Eric's lore?
So...
Honestly, King Eric is just mid. Just put him at C or something just by
Wait,
default.
wait, can I... Okay, so essentially, he was the only Monster Empire person to ever have a treaty with Anarchia, funny enough. He was super peaceful, and he wanted to... He was King Mord's son. He was killed and betrayed by Zed, and Zed took the throne. And he attacked SCP Foundation with Gangster Squirrel.
See.
Well, okay, just because of recent times, C, but back then, that was like an A or B.
Yeah, maybe.
Who's the villager? Is it prison team?
Where?
Mord is
Just the
undoubtedly an
face.
S.
The face? Oh, that's
Yeah.
Warlocken.
Who's that?
Warlocken's lore was. Remember how I said Saparda was once the good guys? The Warlocken helped the fight against Zed with Lucas. It was so cool, and then she. Yeah, Warlock. She turned
Warlock
evil.
made me want to die, bro.
Who's the spider?
She turned evil, and then she attacked Lucas, and now she might still
Wait, is
be
the
alive.
spider Mavo? Is the spider Mavo?
That's way before. Way before.
Oh
This
my
was.
god, Mavo was such a massive ego boosting for me.
Yeah. This is Anjarx. So
just she
Anjarx
was-
was a coward. That's all.
Yeah, it's just freaking Mavo was causing problems. She was becoming like a rising enemy. And then I joined back, and then out of sheer concentrated fear, she leaves the
To the
dimension.
nether. Yeah.
Yeah, she leaves the dimension and doesn't come back.
We still haven't heard back from her. Like she.
Oh my god, freaking Red's Rights lore is crazy good.
Red's right. Yeah, he betrayed the Pacificus, but for good reasons, sort of, slightly.
No. I just like how he acted because everything that he did was super realistic.
Mm-hmm. It was
Like, going,
because
like-
of Ninetails' death that really cascaded things.
Yeah.
Red's right was in so much pain and was almost an Axis, tried to execute tribes during the Mare arc because of the pain, and then all of a sudden, slowly, the search history kept appearing on the thing, and he was the whistleblower, and then his notes passed on to Josh eventually. I don't know if you guys knew this, but a lot of Josh's information ended up coming from Red's right way after his death. They just his notebook for foreign people against the Pacificus. He let that information go to those people, and Josh was one of them.
Honestly though, like Red's right, like sure he's a pain in the butt, but like it made sense why. So that's why I'm giving him like an A,
I put B.
putting him at an A.
I feel like Red's right.
Tetras's lore is absolutely ballistic. I'm putting him
Yeah,
at F.
Tetris. I put him in A.
Tetris.
Actually no, yeah, you're not A.
I put Orlaz in A too because his story is like has Morlet too, and all the all the teases that he was Morlet that
Yeah,
Orlaz that was awesome, bro.
I put Orlaz at S just above Mord.
I put Orlaz probably highest as possible because everything that Morlet did was you know what's funny? You guys are remembering him as Orlaz, I'm remembering him as Morlet. Everything that he did was for the Pacificus and to help you guys specifically and to do everything good in the world. And that was a complete opposite from in the past. He had the worst, most evil. Like, if there was anything back then in Warfield that was worse than Josh, more evil than Josh and Zed, it was, more evil than Josh, it was the Monster Empire, obviously. The Monster Empire was always just super evil, and, like, Orlaz was their biggest leader in terms of how big the army got. It was just, like, he completely reversed everything.
Mm-hmm.
He sacrificed himself for the Pacificus.
Smiler goes so crazy! I'm
Oh
putting him
yeah,
at
the
top.
Smiler.
I'm putting him at top. Above Zed.
Oh, King Zed. King Zed's actually so. I mean, after the Mare and Prison Teen, I felt like Zed fell down a little bit, but Zed's so.
Let's put the theory at A.
The theory is
Really?
interesting because she's one of the few that have survived.
Where did I put the theory? I put the theory at A.
I put
Same.
the theory at A. Low A.
Dan thinks the
Yeah.
theory's the best character in all of City, including players.
He's high. Denise is
Yeah, no, he's fine.
I'm just gonna create another one above. Just name that one Denise.
Oh yeah, Diana's at the bottom, by the way.
Oh, the creeper?
Yeah.
Clay goes kind of wild. I'm gonna put him at high A above the theory, and below Red's right.
Clay had
above
like, yeah, Clay was like a roller coaster.
I'm putting Warlock in at B. No, C, below Eric, because the reason why doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why. I don't even know if there's a reason why.
The reason was Staking Union. Wait,
The union
Yeah.
was going wild.
yeah, so she joined the Axis in order to survive.
Oh, in
Like
that case,
Dan.
I'm actually moving her up then because that's a valid point.
There's nothing scarier in City than the Staken Union. In terms of an empire that you're fighting.
Put Danis Evergreen at S above or below Orlaz.
Evergreen has had so many changes.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking above. Yeah, I'm putting him above. Makashi.
Oh yeah, the sheep.
Makashi was comedic as hell, so I'm putting him at B above Warlockin. President Cow. Rest in peace, Chief. S tier. Above Mord.
President
the
Cow
PTF.
died so long ago.
The PTF I'm putting at D because FDE. FDE also goes at D because FDE. EXO goes crazy, so S. No way.
Oh yeah, Exo's so cool.
Yeah, S.
Or was.
Salvatore goes D. President Llama. She's old, but he
Oh
goes.
no, I miss Exo now.
Rest in peace, EXO. Gangsta Squirrel goes C because he's one of the first things that I ever killed. Andarks goes. Andarks goes below Denise, but above S because he's meme material. So is Gangsta Squirrel actually. Waterloo B. Hasn't
Waterloo?
done.
What?
Yeah, Waterloo.
Waterloo and Hammer Down are great.
B or A. I'm putting them both next to each other. Chaos Insurgency C. Coronet is easily S above EXO. Golem Queen, no. Above.
Cornet's
Hold on.
huge. Cornet's actually huge.
Coronet is massive. I think he's actually better than Zed.
Wow. That's surprising. So Evan Anjarx was the spider who fought Lucas in War for the World 1
The far was annoying
alongside.
C.
And then he just cowered it away and ran away from Olivios, the Battle of Olivios.
Spirit.
Oh yeah, he's spying on you and Dan, by the way. When you
Atlas
guys were
Porter.
in Mesa.
Atlas Porter.
Atlas
We didn't hear
Porter,
too
yeah.
much about him before, but from what I've seen of him, easily C tier because he's annoying as hell. but it actually, in all seriousness, he's probably like a B or an A. High B, below Raymond.
I thought Atlas Porter was actually okay.
He was
Like,
good.
I'd say low A.
Low A? I put him high
Lowest
B.
A. Okay.
Just below Raymond.
See, when we get to recent times, I feel like...
S tier. Those are badass. S tier above the Smiler. No, below the Smiler. Above Evergreen. The Rodnauts have such a sick ass plot, bro.
Oh, we're
James,
talking about lore! I totally forgot! We're talking about
What are
lore.
you trying to do?
That's why I was wondering why you put Hammer Down Waterloo so low. I forgot that we were doing lore. Now I have to redo a bunch of this.
We're trying to do best characters.
I just really like Waterloo and Hammer Down, so that's why I put them up. Then I forgot we were doing lore. Okay, lore. Right, lore.
Evan's lore goes easily at S tier, just below the mayor.
Wow.
Evan's lore is super high.
Yeah, just below the mayor.
Oh, right. That's why you guys didn't put Merlet at the very
Milo's
top.
kind of like half baked.
Have you not read like all of the stuff about it though?
I've
You're the
read
one
it,
that
all
wrote
of
it,
it.
bro. You're the one that wrote it, bro.
Yeah, it's half baked.
It's half what?
Half baked.
Half baked. No, it's good. They're straight up names and stuff. The God of Death. That's like so incredibly like
Oh no, I'm talking about the canon one.
Oh, the canon one? What's the
Yeah,
difference?
the divinity is not real.
Oh, the divinity is not real. Nah, that's still S. The mayor goes above like virtually everybody here. Literally above everybody here, bro. Because straight up, do you understand how badass the mayor is? Bro straight up escaped like the rule of the theory. Killed every single one of the Forgotten, well like as many as he could, and then absorbed it into him, like absorbing all of their evil and just gradually going insane. You know Slave Knight Gale?
Who?
Slave Knight Gale from Dark Souls. Evan.
Yeah.
You know Slave Knight Gale from Dark Souls? That guy's straight up the mayor. Because Slave Knight Gale, he wanted to save the world, and in order to save the world, he needed to accumulate the entirety of like the Dark Soul. And in order to accumulate the entirety of the Dark Soul, he had to kill every living creature in the entire world, in
I
the entire
almost
universe. So he went around killing every single one, and then he gradually went insane for like the person to kill, for the main character to kill at the end. Then goes at sea.
I think Dan's like a B. I almost put EXO higher than Josh.
Actually, no, I'm actually putting him at B over Makashi.
Dan never like took. He
I
was
don't
always.
have any lore, so C.
What do you mean? Like it's
I
your
don't
whole
have lore.
story,
Oh, just the
everything that
whole
you've done.
story.
Yeah,
Everything that I've done.
just the story of your character.
Oh, well then that changes things.
The arc is
If that's
scary.
the case, then I'm above the mayor. Evan's below me. Josh is above, below the above the mayor. Ninetales is just meant to die to catalyst the entirety of the Pacificus' downfall.
Is it a downfall? I
Well, I
guess
mean,
so.
like, it started it.
Yeah, but like the Perseus were stronger than ever. Uh, at some point after, like
Yeah, but it's like it's akin to like some games like Red Dead Redemption 2, where it seems where like it seems like they're growing massively, even though they're actually part. It's actually their downfall.
Byzantine and Zed had really sad stories because it involved like many. I think I haven't thought about the Byzantine one, but I feel like Byzantine. I think I she didn't really have parents. She was like an orphan, and then Zed's like parents were
That's
killed
tragic.
in war.
I'm more impressed about Byzantine, so I'm putting her at A. No, 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 at S. There's so many S characters, bro. Below Zed, but above Orlaz.
I
No,
dropped Zed down to A
below
because if this is
Orlaz.
about lore, it's like
It's about lore. Then all of the stuff that he did was like really good as well.
I just feel like it
It's
doesn't
just
top
no, but
like
think about it.
Arc, Smiler, players, EXO.
The arc is wild. I'm putting him up like just below the mayor. No, I'd have to put him above me because he's done everything that I've done.
I think the Arc's lore was better than the Arc.
What?
like the likability of the actual arc in the.
Oh, that's what you mean. Because arc and arc, I mean this. You said arc, the arc's arc, bro. So
The
I'm playing
Far's
the
lore is
arc.
so good. The Far's lore. It was French class, grade 10. We were standing out, taking a walk, just sitting in the cold. It was just terrible. And actually, it was fine. And then I just told you and Josh, I said, there's a pirate, you know, he went into this bar and he tried to recruit people. And then he got that group and he called it the Deferments. They took down a fleet, another fleet. Next week, I told you guys, there was 8 fleets. He burnt all of the people in the fleets. He should have taken the fleets, but then he just burnt them all. And then slowly, eventually, he ended up taking all oceans and stuff. It was just insane. And then he met his demise with, I mean, some of it was from you, Lucas, but you could never fight him in the water. He really had his downfall with Dan and Prison Teen just killed everything. No, wait, you killed him. That was his downfall. You killed him. And then
I
Deferments,
killed
you
the
know,
Deferment. The leftover Deferments got killed by me. By
Yeah.
not me. By Prison
Dan
Teen
and
and
Prison Teen. And Dafar's head still, I think that's pretty good.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Zed actually had a lot of lore. Yeah. The theory and the mayor are connected, so instantly they both are super high. Like the Forgotten Lore. That's the whole arc. It should be called the Forgotten Arc or something. No, actually, no, it shouldn't. But yeah. My lore is so bad. Anderstagen. That's it. Michael's lore. Damn. Bobby's lore is great. It's very good. Despite his, and, you know, the result, it was really, really, really good. He attacked... Who attacks Trugerich? Other than you, Lucas. Like, who attacks Trugerich? Who has the guts to attack Trugerich?
Somebody who doesn't know what they're dealing with.
True. He was clueless. In terms of what he knew was a threat. He didn't see anything as a threat, unfortunately. Mayor's Men lore never created any. They just kind of joined him. Bad lore. Alkaloid Praisal and the Conscriptors had a very sad end, so I think that puts them a little bit higher than decent. Because, I mean, they died to the vault. The Vault V5 Council all have separate lore within each other. King Mord is so high. So freaking high. Almost as higher than Exo, I think. Maybe even higher than Josh. The King of the PTB's lore is straight up better than half of the S, in my opinion.
The PTB?
The King of the PTB. You guys will find out one day. Josh already Josh found out the little Easter egg, and it cascades.
Oh, okay.
I spent a whole year working on his lore. And then finally, you know. But I disguised that work as something else. So that's why it, you know, doesn't look. You put President Llama's lore at S7. At the very top of S, actually. Why? Why? Why?
Where is Evan?
I don't know.
Oh, there he is.
Why is your lore low A? And why is the arc so low too? Yeah, we all agree that Josh's lore actually, like the experience of Josh in City, like him fighting with him or fighting against him, etc. Whatever interacting with Josh is so much cooler than his lore. His lore is so it's very bumpy most of it's like filled with losses. Unfortunately, it's like so. It's very like you look back on it, you're like, how. I don't know. It's very bumpy. It's not satisfying to look at when it comes to the wins versus losses ratio. Maybe during the apocalypse it's a little better. It's a lot better actually, but in War of the Worlds it was like he didn't contribute that much more for the Overworld 3. I feel like even though Prime Trugrich was in the Prison era,